Hello and welcome back to another final table commentary. Today we got a 5K from WCOOP 2025. Got Ramunculus on the final table, starting things off with a couple of jacks, opening them up. Gonna get them through pre. We got Scarmaker, KZ, Star Wins, Jesper's back, LeQuendon. We got Chris, Yawn, and Hello Toddy. $64,000 for the victory in the 5K buy-in. Ramunculus with the big stack right back in there. Queen 3 suited. Thanks to KalipokerTV Poker replays for the poker replay. I sure fucked up that sentence. Anyways, if you're not caring for the commentary, there'll be a link in the description down below to the video and Kalipoker, so you can go check out some more poker action and some silence. Looks like Hello Toddy's getting a walk with a 6 and a 3. I love to see it. What else we got going on here? Queen 9 for LeQuendon. Kind of a stupid spot for him. 27 blinds. Quickly just folds. King 10 for Chris from the cutoff. They come in for the open here. Big stack in the big blind with a shit holding. 7-4-0. Ramunculus says, let's go. Ace King 9 flop. Middle pair for Chris. Always interesting to see if we're going to go for a c-bet or just check back middle pair. Chris says we'll c-bet, take the pot down, and we're moving along. Ace 3 suited for Yawn from the cutoff is an interesting little spot here. 26 blinds. We're 4 off the money. Yawn sees Jesper there, LeQuendon, KZ, Star Wins, Chris. We got a few shorties here. Jesper's obviously the shortest, but what, 5 stacks in that 20 blind range. 6-5 suited will defend the big blind for Scar. We get a Queen 9-7 flop. Little straight draw to the 8 for Scar. Sees a c-bet. Hard to hang in there. They'll just get the heck out of there. Blinds go up, making our shorties become even shorter. King Jack for Star Wins under the gun. They find the open. You love to see it. Chris with King 9 suited. Could always 3-bet. Probably not, though. They let that go. Ace 9-0 for KZ. They defend the big. We get a 7-4-3 flop. 2 spades for KZ. Backdoor straight draw. Gonna be tough to hang in there. Gets a free card. The Jack of Clubs. That's no help for Ace High. Never give up. Yeah, right. We're gonna fold real quick with the Ace High. Star Wins takes a pair down, or takes it down with a pair. Ace 10 suited. Jesper will rip it in for 8 1/4 blinds. KZ in the small wakes up with the Ace King suited. I see a 10 being folded for Chris. Not too many clubs though. We'll see what the flop brings us. Maybe a little help for Jesper here with the Ace 10 of clubs. Deuce deuce for Star Wins. We'll happily get out of there. No way this small pocket pair calls. We're looking for 10s and clubs, but a king on the flop, so a queen will work, but we don't get that. We get the 5 of diamonds on the river. Straight draw comes in on the turn. Instead, we just lose Jesper. 3 more players to the money. Hello Toddy wakes up with Ace Queen. We'll get to hear from them. So you open it up. LeQuendon with 22 blinds in the big with 6-6. Could always 3-bet. Star Wins with Ace 3 suited as well. Both players with 3 betting potentials. Star Wins folds the small. LeQuendon's much easier jam from the big blind. They elect to take a post flop though. Jack 4-4. Hello Toddy c-bets 1.5. Not gonna work here. Surely LeQuendon calls. Sees a turn. Raises even, yo. 4.2 blinds just about. Ace Queen will float and bang off a queen on the turn. LeQuendon is in a pickle. $14 blinds in the middle. Very tough spot for 6-6. LeQuendon bets 4 more blinds to kind of see where he's at. Hello Toddy calls. King of clubs on the river. The flush gets there. Straights get there. Ace 10, 10, 9. And obviously pairs. Hello Toddy blocks the royal flush. LeQuendon with a pair of 6s. We'll check it on over. I imagine Toddy just checks and scoops the 22 blinds in the middle. That they do. So 12 blinds now for LaQuinton. Hello Toddy picks up a nice pot. 60 blinds. Very comfy first place position. Ramunculus with ace 10-0 will open it up. Chris with a 10 and a 9 will fold the big blind. 10-6 suited. Ramunculus could open, I suppose. They say not today. 2-2 for Starwinds. Hopefully don't jam it in. I wonder if you can just open fold. Starwinds just rips. We got kings in the big for yawn. They'll happily call. Starwinds will see the bad news. Yawn looking to pick up a 50 blind pot. Looking for deuces or diamonds, dealer. Not yet. Oh, a bang. Oh, but another bang. Bang, bang, says PokerStars. Deuces bang off a 2 on the turn. King on the river top set. Where's bottom set? Deuce is no good. King, queen suited. Scar will come in for the open. Queen 8. Starwinds is in a pickle. Yawn with ace 7 will get out of there. Jack 4 suited for Toddy in the big. Finds the call. We get an ace 9 2 flop. We're looking for 8 stealer or Starwinds is out of here. Hello Toddy won't call a bet. We see the 1 blind bet. Scar will isolate the pot. A jack doesn't work. No 8 on the river. No chop pot. Just like that we lose Starwinds. What a nasty run out there with the deuces versus kings. I suppose it doesn't really matter. It got all in pre-flop, but ace king for yawn. They'll come in for the open. Second place position. With Hello Toddy to their direct left, that's going to be a tough spot. Ramunculus in the big is a very capable player as well with a big stack. Scar is also there. How does yawn ever open up from the button or cutoff feeling comfy? Other than when you have aces or kings maybe? Even then you're like, holy shit, we're about to be put in a pickle. Toddy's so aggressive. Ramunculus gets after it. Scar, pretty sure I've seen them make moves as well, as we got 10s versus 2s. 7-4 flop. Toddy with the overpair goes for a c-bet. Scar might bump it up. And they just call reasonably. Pair 2 see the ace of spades on the turn, picking up the flush draw, but that's no good of course. Toddy with the 10 of spades. Do we give him a free card? Toddy says, fuck, free cards, dude. Bet 5.5. Scar goes in the tank. Let's go with the ducks. Ace 10 suited sees an all in. LaQuinton rips ace queen. Ace 10 hits the muck. Ace king in the big blind for KZ though. LaQuinton about to find out the bad news. Needs a king now to make a straight. Interesting little board. There's both players flop top pair in a straight draw. Anyways, KZ's ace king holds up 9-9 for Scar. They come in for the open. Chris with king 8 suited. I think we're on the money bubble, right? We got 6 players. 5 get paid. 13 grand is the min cash. Don't think Chris 3 bets bluffs the king 8 suited in this instance. Probably just gonna call, right? Probably just gonna call, right, Chris? No, he's all in. Gets a quick call by the 9s on the money bubble. Set of 9s. No help on the turn for Chris. Makes a pair of 8s, but he's out of here. Just like that, we do enter the money. 5 players. 13 grand locked up. We got 21 grand for 4th, 31 grand for 3rd, 44 for 2nd, and $64,000 for the victor. Queen gets a call by the queen and the 9. 7-6-2 flop. My cat's making a ruckus in the back there. I think the mic's picking it up, hopefully not. Anyways, queens will go for a big hefty 3.3 blind c-bet and take the pot down. Oh no, 10-10 versus 9s? 5-handed, we got 2 monsters here. 9s do just call pre-Toddy with the queen, and a 10 gets the hell out of there. Ramunculus is suited and booted, ready to see a flop with 6-5 of diamonds. Ace 8-3 flop. Tens are holding for the time being. Anyways, looks like it checks around. Jack on the turn. No help for Homunculus. They're drawing dead. We bang off a 10. KZ makes a set. Yawn blocks the straights, but flush completes on the river. Obviously, there's 3 overcards to your 9-9. You're not too interested in putting in pennies. Homunculus with 6 high goes for a third pot-sized bluff here. They understand they're not winning the pot if they check. They go for the small bet. KZ will call with the set and take down the 12 blind pot. Jack versus Ace King. This is monster versus monster. I think there's 3 bets and 4 bets though. Toddy with King 9 suited will call from the button. I was worried about a 3 bet. Homunculus with Ace 3 suited could 3 bet. KZ's got the strongest monster. Like we see aces and kings dead. Homunculus calls from the small. Scar gonna find a big 3 betting size here. Like 13, 12, 12 and a half, 10. We size down. Whoa, interesting. I mean, it looks fucking strong no matter what size you go, right? I don't think KZ calls here. I think we just 4-bet jam Jack. Don't really want to leave the opportunity for Toddy and Homunculus to come along. There's the all-in by Jacks. We got a huge flip, but it's kind of not really a flip. We got some aces and kings dead. Spades would help. A spade on the turn. Nothing for Scar on the river. Looking for ace, king, or spade, and they're dead. I guess they got a blind and a 6 and a 9. 2 blinds, so I guess the comeback is possible. Toddy will 3-bet 8-8 versus Yawn's ace queen suited. Hey Goose, stop, buddy. Hey Goose. I'm trying to do a poker commentary, buddy. 6-9 is all in. Thank you. Leave it alone. Ace queen suited will call. We get a Jack 6-5 flop. Interesting shit. Flush draw 2 overs for Yawn. Big pot brewing. Toddy goes for a c-bet 3 blinds. Might get punished with a check raise. Or does Yawn just call because the situation is so spicy here? Check raise comes in to about 12 blinds. Toddy's in a pickle here. There's a world where Toddy folds, flush draw, and overcards a miss, and the pair of 6s hold up for a 7 blind pot. We'll see what Toddy elects to do. It's kind of a tempting 3-bet all in. Just put all the pressure on Yawn there. But you know equity runs fucking close here as Yawn's even the favorite with 54%. Toddy wondering if I should have just checked back the flop. They find the fold, ace queen suited, 6s make 3 of a kind, and even a boat on the river. So we could have lost Yawn there as the flush draw and overs miss. We do keep Scar in the game. Toddy says, fuck me, dude. King Jack's all in versus ace 6 suited. Potentially ace 10 suited as well somehow. 7 blinds. Scar says, let's fucking run it up, dude. Kings and Jacks. One time. Looks like a 4-bet isolation by Yawn with ace 10 suited to about 12 blinds. Toddy folds a suited ace. Who would have found a 6 again? No king or queen. Toddy is kicking themselves as they would have won the past 2 huge pots. No, they really aren't, because the 8's fold was kind of easy facing the flop check raise. Ace 6 suited facing the 4-bet is an easy fold. So they're really not kicking themselves. They played some good cards. Ace King. KZ will flop top pair, go for a little c-bet, take the pot down. That's not too fun. Ace Queen. KZ's picking up monsters here. I got 90 some blinds to show for it, and a Toddy call from the small king 4 suited. Homunculus likes a flop. Hey, Goose buddy. Goose. My lord. Anyways, we had a king high board. Interesting stuff. King 9 8, 1 diamond, 1 club. Both players with backdoor flush draws. KZ goes for a C bet about 1.4. Gets a quick call. All helpful for Toddy. 3 of diamonds. Oh, but a fucking ace on the river, dude. Toddy's running like shit. Ace on the river. That will surely take down the pot with a bet. Toddy might even pay it off here. See what size KZ goes. 10.5. It's an over bet. Obviously there's like Jack 10, Queen Jack, Miss Diamond, some sort of 6 7, 10 7 suited maybe. There's some missed draws that would go for the big bet here, and Toddy is curious, says I have the 4 of diamonds. I don't really block the straight draw flush draw combos. Finds the fold with the pair of kings. Nicely done by Toddy. Still playing a good game even though things are going difficult for him as he's in second last place with 26 blinds. Goose, dude. Hey, dude. Come on. Here we go. Here, cut it out. Ace 8 will limp it in. 9-2 suited for KZ, the big stack. Oh, no, don't go back, buddy. Yeah, come over here. Come have a cuddle. Say hello instead of playing with your poo. Looks like we got a 3-bet all in with the ace 8, taking it down pretty. Nice job by Ramunculus. Not to get bullied by the big stack there. King or Queen 5, sorry. 8-7 for Jan in the big blind. King 10 King 10 7 flop, sorry. King 10 7 goes check check 4 on the turn. Queen 5 drawing to a queen. Checks it over once again. 2.5 blinds in the middle. We get a jack on the river. Mr. KZ could have went for a bluff, but they said I'm gonna show down queen high and just lose. Looks like we got a break. Queen 5, just gonna get a walk. Queen 5, KZ with the open. Suited and booted with a big ass stack. Says let me open under the gun four-handed. Jack 8 for Ramunculus. Makes it 3.5 blinds. Queen 3 suited in the big. KZ finds the call. We get an ace king 8 flop. Bottom pair for Ramunculus. Bottom pair bets 1.88, giving away their hand. And takes the pot down. 8-4 KZ. Comes in for the limp here. Interesting stuff. Get a quick raise by Jack 2-0 to 4 blind. Should take the pot down unless KZ gets sticky. KZ sees a stupid ace 10 3 flop with 8-4 of spades. Has to check fold, obviously. Ace queen versus ace jack. A little action here. Jan just calls from the small, giving Toddy a price to come along to the flop with 10-4 of diamonds. See an ace queen 8 flop. Toddy should be out of there. Backdoor equity. Does not matter right now. Ramunculus will go for a C bet with top 2 pairs. Jan surely finds the call. There's a half pot size bet. That won't deter us on the flop though. Jan says I block ace jack, or not ace jack, sorry. Jack 10, king jack, Jack 9. Jack isn't a beautiful card to have. The deuce on the turn brings in a flush draw. You block ace x of flush draws. You might not want to have that right now because some sort of like ace 9 suited or any ace x that's suited that's worse than you block. That might go for another half pot size bet here. Ace Jack is in a stupid spot. I could see Jan finding the fold at some point. Homunculus with top 2 pairs. 5 on the river. Flush draw bricks. 3-4 gets there. That don't matter. 17.5 behind. We'll see if top 2 pairs gets paid. I'm just thinking the Ace Jack is a pretty shitty call down hand, even though you got the top pairs. Just thinking about the combo you have. The Jack of Spades specifically doesn't really matter, as Jan just quickly calls. It's just fuck it, you're gonna have enough bluffs anyways. Doesn't really matter which cards I have. And that Ace of Clubs is just kind of nitpicking, but like, just some of the things you gotta think about. Queen 5 limps it on in. Homunculus with the newfound stack, 62 blinds. Pretty big cooler in their favor, I do suppose. 4-handed, top pair versus top 2. Homunculus in position. A super aggressive player gets paid. That's 10 high here versus pair of 5s for Toddy. Toddy checking it twice after making the pair on the turn. Homunculus will stab with the straight draw to the 4 and bang it off on the river. Kind of a stupid river, if you ask me. Hello Toddy, very, very good player, fun to watch. Just getting picked away by the deck here mostly. 5.5 blind bet. Homunculus reading into Hello Toddy's soul says you have a pair of 5s. I'm gonna bet 5.5. Toddy says this fucking blows, dude. You probably don't have a king. You could have a 7, I suppose. Not likely. A better 5? Not likely. It's kind of like a 6 or... oof. Not really a king either. Hello Toddy says, I don't know, man. I think I gotta call this one down with the pair of 5s. Sees the bad news. They're down to about 12 blinds. They'll rip in ace 10 from the button here. King queen in the big blind. KZ could go non-bounty hunting. For chips, is this a call? It's really close. King queen finds the call, looking for a jack now. Top 2 pairs will hold up. Turn into 3 pairs. 6 and a 6. Toddy will just min raise, I think. 25 blinds. Ace 2 for Homunculus, the big stack now. 3 bets, ace 2-0. I don't know if this is the player you want to be 3 betting. I think Toddy just 4 bet rips this. There's the jam. Toddy thought about it for a second, but they do take it down with the 4 bet rip. They're back in the game with 30 blinds. Not the player you want to be giving chips to. Ace 7 for Homunculus. They open it up at KZ with ace 5 suited, thinking 3 bet here. They make it 6 blinds to go. Ace 7-0. Do something, dude. 4 bet. Don't have to go big. Make it like 12. Maybe 13.5 or something spicy. Homunculus says, fuck that noise. Let's just get out of there. Ace 7-0, dude. Think about something else. King 9 suited opens and takes it down pre for KZ. All Jack 10 action in the big blind. 6-4 in the small. Homunculus thinking raise. No, limps it in. KZ checks it back. We get a queen 10-6 flop. Both players make pairs. Flop goes check, check, king on the turn. Turn goes check, check, 9 on the river. KZ makes it straight, and we got 4 diamonds out there. Homunculus with that bottom pair, just gonna show it down. KZ goes for a thin ass value bet with the straight. Bets 1 blind. I mean, you love to see it. I'm not complaining about a thin value bet. He's totally right. It'd be interesting to see if he gets a call. 6-4 bottom pair, of course, hits the muck. 8-9 suited, Toddy 30 blinds will come in for the open or limp. Open limp. Yawn with King Jack in the bag. Would be interesting to see if they read into the limp and rip it in. That they do. King Jack O rips for about 14 and takes the pot down. King 2 suited for KZ. 28 blinds effective. They might have been thinking, do I just jam here? It's close, but probably not a jam. I wonder if it's like 22 blinds or something like this. Maybe KZ will just open rip it in, because we know Toddy's going to 3-bet relentlessly from the big blind. Ace-6-0. Toddy finds it. 7 blinds to go, and King 2 suited hits the muck there. Yawn with 8-4 on the button. Doesn't give a shit about that. 9-6. Toddy might limp. Ramunculus with a king and a 2. Might fuck around and find out. Put in a little raise. No, he checks it back. Bottom pair checks it over. The king high checks it back and bangs off. Pair of kings on the turn. Good news for Ramunculus. Running hot still. Goes for a full pot size bet and the pair of sixes just hit the muck. Jack 10 limping it in. 5-7. Checking it back. Not going to bloat the pot here. Jack 9 5 flop. Bottom pair versus top pair. Limp pot. Ramunculus will just check over the topest of pairs, giving some rope for KZ, who checks back the bottom pair with some showdown value. Top pair turns into 3 of a kind on the jack turn. Overbet by Ramunculus. It is a little bit of a situation for KZ, who might talk himself into a call. That 7 kind of sucks if we're being honest. Bottom pair of 5s could be best here. So many straight draws. All I'm saying is the 7 of hearts ain't the best card, even though there's no heart draw out there. And just block some sort of like 10-7, 8-7, 6-7. Another overbet by 3 of a kind. I would talk myself into a call here sometimes. 13.5 blinds and a 9.5. Blind on blind, limp pot. Flop goes check check. Board pairs on the turn. Everything misses on the river. Facing 2 overbets, man. Sometimes you talk yourself into a call. KZ finds the correct fold with the bottom pair and gets rewarded with ace-king. Races to 2.8 blinds. Yawn in position with 8-7-0. Finds the call and a pair of 7s. Jack 7-4 flop. All rainbow. KZ might go for a little bet. 1.5 blinds is the size. Yawn is off to the turn. Likely with a call. 10 of clubs. KZ does pick up outs to the queen, and they got 2 overcards. A big bet could be scary. Like if KZ bets like 2.8 or something, are we just putting a whole fuck ton of pressure on this pair of 7s? Ace king will just check it over. I think Yawn checks back. Probably get a free river card. No. No, I'm just wrong. Ace king gets the muck. 8-7 with the straight draw to the 9, and the pair rips it in, takes the pot down. Was an overbet jam just by 2 blinds, but still something to note. Ace-6 for Ramunculus opens. Ace-jacks, 17 blinds effective. Yawn 3 bets to 9, takes the pot down. Ace-7 gets a walk. Nothing doing there. Queen 8 for Toddy. Just gonna pass on the spot from the button. Ace-6 for Ramunculus will raise and take the pot. No limp. 10-4, forced to see a flop. Flops quite well. Queen Jack 6, all spades. KZ with the 10 of spades. Backdoor royal flush draw. Immediate flush draw. That's one blind. Bottom pair. Ramunculus has to hang in there, I think. Clean deuce of hearts on the turn. Changing nothing, of course. 10-4, still behind. Plenty of equity. We'll see if KZ fires some bullets. That they do. They go for an overbet themselves. 6 blinds into 4.5, and the pair of sixes says, fuck this. 8-4. Just walking out the ace-king suited. Bad news for our friend Jan. Jack-9 suited. Ramunculus will open it up. Ace-5 from the big. Toddy could come in for a 3-bet. They say let's go post and flop pretty well ourselves. King 4-2. Straight draw, nut flush draw for Toddy. Jack-9 of hearts. Much less going on here. 2 live cards with the Jack and 9. They bet 1 blind. Might get a call and find a 9 or Jack on the turn. That's a non-diamond, I suppose. They get check raised real quickly. Toddy makes it 5.5. Takes the pot down. Ace-5. KZ will open it up. And take the pot down. Queen-6. Ramunculus is in first place. So we got 21 grand locked up. 64 for first. So we do got $40,000 to make still. Spots are going to be tight. Queen-6 limps it in. Makes some sense. Ace-4 checks it back. Makes sense. Get a King 3-3 flop. Flop just goes check check. 10 on the turn. Turn goes check check. Deuce on the river, completing the flush. Doesn't matter as it will check down. Queen high, no good. KZ in first place, it looks like. No, they were tied. And then KZ folded the small, so they are behind again. Anyways, that shit doesn't matter. Ace Queen. Ramunculus opens into Toddy's big blind. Hopefully doesn't 3-bet off 25 here. 26 blinds. We could come in for a non-all-in 3-bet bluff. Hopefully it's just a call and we see a bunch of 8s, dude. No, a Jack-9 flop. Backdoor flush, backdoor straight for Toddy. Backdoor straight draw for Ramunculus. 2 overcards, bets 1 blind. Kind of an interesting bet. Toddy quickly calls deuce on the turn. Oh, Ramunculus gives a free river. The queen of clubs. Interesting shit as Toddy blocks the flush and straight. 7 blinds in the middle, bets 5. They're not going to get these 5 blinds back. If I'm Ramunculus, I think I just call here. Top pair, top kicker, as flush completes and straights get there. That's paired board. Pretty easy call. See the good news often. Ace-5 for KZ opens it up. And seeing a lead there for 5 blinds is a lot more appealing than facing a check raise jam on the river, if we're being honest. Anyways, pair of 7s makes top pair. Pair of 5s for KZ checks back the flop. Deuce pairs the board on the turn. 2 flush draws out there. Ramunculus overbets 7.5 into 5. Interesting bet here. 2 big stacks going to war. KZ probably doesn't want the ace of clubs, but says fuck it. I think we're calling down again. Queen on the river. 20 blinds in the middle. Does Ramunculus just rip? Four and a half. This is spicy, dude. We get a quick call by the pair of 5s. Nice play by Ramunculus. And just like that, KZ is down to 20 bigs. Queen 9 suited for Jan, off about 20 themselves. Toddy on 17. Big stack Ramunculus doing a good job of picking away at KZ there. Getting a good run of cards in their favor. Ace 10 versus 7s probably get in pre for Toddy's life. 15 blinds. We might open rip. And raise works too. Toddy says we'll just stick in 9 blinds. Sevens get it in from the big. We're looking for aces and tens. Not a good start for Toddy. Bang on the turn. No 7 on the river. Yawn is down to 4 blinds as Toddy is in second place with 30. The big stack. Queen, queen. Does KZ find a way to pick up a double here? King jack for Toddy and the big blind is spice. Limp pot. Toddy might just rip it in. Yawn folds 8-3-0. Toddy might just rip. There's the jam. Queen snap call. We're looking for a king or a heart. A jack also works. None of that on the river. Quick as they come, quick as they go. KZ fucking takes all of Toddy's chips there. I guess he's got 13.5. But KZ, after losing a bunch of chips to Ramunculus, is right back in the game with 32 blinds. Queen, queen. I like the limp there. Very nice play. Yawn with e7, 3 blinds. Sticks in 2 of them. Hello Toddy isolates the pot to 3.5. Ramunculus with 8-8 probably rips it in here. Do 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 do. Ripping it in, ripping it in. Does Yawn fold? Look to make $10,000. Says nah, we'll just get in the a7 here. We already put in 2 blinds. Toddy also calls. We could have a double knockout here. Looking for an ace or 10. We find none of it. Ramunculus holds with the pair of 8s. We lose both Toddy and Yawn. Heads up battle. Toddy did get 3rd place there for 31,000, almost 32. Both these players got 44 grand locked up, battling it out for 20 grand, just under that. 9-4 tries a limp. Ramunculus says queen 3. Let's go to the flop. Jack 8, 4, 2 hearts, bottom pair. KZ bets a blind, takes the pot down. Queen high in the muck. Queen 8 versus Queen 8. This shit is cool. Look at this. Queen of spades, 8 of clubs versus the Queen of clubs, 8 of spades. Got a little 10-9-6 action. 2 spades out there, favorable for Ramunculus. Although a backdoor straight flush draw for a KZ. Deuce of spades on the turn. 7 or jack are both straights. Any spades give both players flushes. KZ leads 2 blinds and they might find themselves in a pickle. 9 on the river. They might also be able to bluff Ramunculus off the chop pot here. If they just fire a big barrel. KZ with the never give up image finds a way to give it up. Chop it up. Ace queen versus 7-5. Ace queen will open it up. 7-5 calls. We get a queen queen 8 flop. 3 of a kind. We'll bet 1 blind and probably just take the pot down. Ramunculus did have some backdoor equity, but not gonna take the spot there. Look for a better one. Queen 7 opens. Jack 6 defends. 3 bet. There's a 3 bet. We don't really like to call. 3 bet instead. Take the pot down. Pretty good news for KZ. Jack 8 versus Jack 2. Both players are suited. We get an open and a call, and we're off to the flop. Ace Jack 3 goes check bet call. Nine on the turn. Goes check check. KZ makes 2 pairs. Flush complete. Some straight straights get there. Ramunculus with the second pair will bet 1.6. KZ with 2 pairs sizing up a raise says I might have to call here. Yikes, I don't know, man. KZ says fuck it, we'll raise to 11.4. 2 pairs, good news. Raise you jumbus. Jack 2 is in a pickle, probably folding, right? Yeah, nice play by Ramunculus. Just bet super small, face a huge raise, find the fold. 7-2, Ramunculus in position. Personally, I would just let this go. Ramunculus agrees. King versus Queen Jack. We get a limp and a raise and a call, and we're off to the flop. What size does Ramunculus go? 4 blinds even. 4 blinds even is the size. Queen Jack quickly calls. 7-5-5 flop. Ramunculus bets 2 more blinds. Hard for Queen Jack to hang in there. No backdoor straight draw, just 2 overs. We do find the call 10 on the turn. Shouldn't be too much more spice here. Just another big bet by the kings and take the pot down, right? 9.5 blinds. Queen Jack hits the muck. 3-2 gets a walk. 4-2 might walk it out too. No, we limp it in. 7-5 checks it back, makes a pair of 5s. King 10-5 flop goes check back call. We're off to the turn. A raise is weird, dude. Just find the call already. Queen on the turn. Excuse me, a hiccup and a burp at the same time. You heard it here first. Ramunculus with bottom 2 pairs thinking about a lead. Although to be fair, there's a lot more bluffs than there is value that will call you. KZ with the 4 and the 2. Nice check by Ramunculus. We'll get 1.4 blinds for their effort. Now do we raise bottom 2? What a spicy little situation this is. After the check on the turn, probably so. 9.5 blinds is the size. Of course, 4 high hits the muck. Ramunculus sees the blinds go up as they take down a nice pot. And so 10-10 versus King 6-0. KZ calls pre, finds ace 7-2. Not what we wanted with a king and a 6. 4.25 blinds in the middle. 1 blind bet by the 10s. KZ does call with king high. We see a queen on the turn. Huh. Weird spot for 10s. Checks and bang. King on the river, dude. KZ gonna scoop the pot. King 6 floats. You could have the best of it with king high, you know. KZ will check. Jack. Or sorry, 10-10. Do we bluff blocking Jack 10? Try to get a queen or king to fold. We do bet 4.5 snap call by the pair of kings. I think we have to go a whole lot bigger than that if we're trying to get him to fold. Limp pot, 3-3. 6s might raise. Raise it up. 4 blinds to go. If KZ rips, that's pretty disastrous, dude. We're playing about 36 blinds deep. There's a call. We get a queen 7-2 flop. This doesn't look like it'll be the end of the show here. Just pocket pair versus pocket pair. 6s bet 2 blinds. 3s do call 7 on the turn. I didn't think it was the end of the show, but I guess it could happen. It's just hard to see 6s go for more value here. 3-3 probably just checks, right? Do we ever bet? No, we're just off to the river for free. 10 of spades. Doesn't it just go check and 6s win? No way we value jam 6-6 here. The show's just not over. A 4 blind bet by Ramunculus. Quick call by the pocket pair of 3s. They see the bad news. And a nice lead for Ramunculus here. 60 blinds to 26. Limp pot. King 9 says no it's not. Raises it up versus the 9-10. Ramunculus in position says I got playability. Let's go to the flop dealer. Finds a call. King 6-5. Top pair versus nothing. Wonder how much equity Ramunculus has here. 3 flush board, 10 high, backdoor straight draws. A little bit, more than like 4%. Anyways, Jack 6 comes in for the open. King Jack Ramunculus says let's raise it up to 7 blinds, suited and booted, ready to see flops or take down pots. King 10 limping it in, 10-2. Checking it back. Raising it up 3.5 blinds. KZ's getting himself into a pickle here. Hopefully there's not a bunch of 10s. We get a king 9-3 flop. KZ blocks some straight draws. I don't know, man. This is spicy. 10 high, bets 4.8 blinds into 7.25. We only have 19 behind. This puts in about 17. King's call. Deuce on the turn. KZ makes pair. Does have out somehow to the deuces. You imagine it just goes runner, runner, 2-2 on a king high board. I do want to see a river for free. Homunculus says we'll bet 4.5 blinds. KZ with a sliver of showdown value. A 10 is nasty. We get a king on the river. Homunculus jams. Does KZ hero call with a pair of 2s? Oh no, dude. Homunculus is all in. That makes a lot of sense. We got 3 of a kind. KZ with a pair of 2s blocking some missed straight draws. This is a funny hand here. KZ 15 blinds behind. We only got 3 seconds, dude. They find the fold. The show will continue. 2-2 rips. Ace 8 calls. Looking for aces and 8s. Ace or an 8 dealer 30%. Not today. Full double up for KZ. 30 blinds for him. A little 9-6 for KZ. Playing 30 blinds deep. Limp pot. 10-3. Sees an ace high board. Both players with backdoor flush draws. KZ does make pair status. 2.25 blinds in the middle. We get a 1 blind bet. Quick call by the pair of 9s. Both players pick up the flush draw. Homunculus checks it down to, or checks it back to the river. We go 3 of hearts. KZ should find a value bet here. 1.4 blinds, super small. Homunculus quickly calls with the pair, sees the bad news. Just like that, KZ's picking up a little bit of a stack, but we got aces here. 9-4-0, not going to give you much action. Looks like blinds went up. KZ limps. Ace, ace. Raising to 3.5, taking the pot down. Jack 7-0, gonna limp it in. Queen 10, checking it back. Ace 6-3 flop. Homunculus bets a blind with the jack high. Quick call by the queen 10, backdoor straight draw 4 on the turn. Turn goes check, check, and bang. 5 on the river. We get a straight for Homunculus with the jack 7. Goes runner, runner into a straight. Queen 10, KZ. Probably not paying off too many pennies here. Full pot by Homunculus. Kind of just had a flashback to a dream where I timed out and folded the nuts. I can't remember how big of a spot it was, but I felt the feeling of, timing out. But it was in a dream, obviously. And I don't like the feeling of timing out with a big hand in a big spot, but that doesn't matter. Just watching both these players with short time banks made me think of it. As we get an interesting, I think a 3-bet pot here. King 9-7 flop, pocket pair of 8s versus the open-ended straight draw with the flush draw to boot. Homunculus bets 2.5. This is going to get punished as KZ will rip it in. KZ calls 6 of spades on the turn. Well, I got no idea what happens here now. Homunculus checks over 8s. Jack 10 of diamonds, dude. Monster draw. Queen 8, Jack 10 or diamond. Rips it all in with 36%. Homunculus calls with 8s and we get a brick on the river. What a play by Ramunculus to end the show. Gets the victory. $64,000 for their efforts. What a call on the turn by Ramunculus. GG. We had an open by Jack 10 suited. Ramunculus 3 bets. You know, I thought like maybe Jack 10 suited would rip it in pre-flop. I didn't think it was going to call. Go post. Play 23 blinds deep. 17 behind. 12 in the middle, dude. 8s go for this small bet. Jack 10 suited just calls. I thought it would just rip and take the pot down on the flop. Finds the call. 6 on the turn. Ramunculus check calls here. Does have the straight draw to the 10. So sorry, the 10 wasn't an out. They have a straight draw to the 5. Pair of 8s is best, 67%. GG. Very good job by Ramunculus, but that's the end of the show. So if you made it all the way through, thanks for checking this bullshit out. Hopefully we'll see you in another video. And until then, adios amigos.